Good morning, Dreyfus. Welcome back. I'm Jasper Weinberg.
And I'm Natalie Cohen. If you need to send in an announcement, please do so using the announcement request Google form shown on screen now.
This Friday, September 11th, Student Government is hosting a clubbers meeting for all club presidents at 4 p.m. via Google Meet. For more information, contact SGA via Instagram at DSOA SGA.
Despite the challenges this year, there will be so much good to recognize. That's why this year's yearbook will be all about the students and the hard work you do every day. The yearbook may be one of the few physical items we will have to remember this school year by. Visit yearbookordercenter.com and enter our school code 486 to take advantage of our back-to-school yearbook sale and purchase senior ads. Buy now before the prices rise.
Mrs. Warwick is the advisor for academic games, and this year the first season will be social studies. We will play virtually starting in October. Any student interested in playing social studies academic games should join the Google Classroom for more information. The classroom code is NZX2QB4. Again, NZX2QB4.
Although there has been no start date decided for high school sports, you can start preparing for your season by filling out the athletic packet now. To download your athletic packet, go to dsoa.palmbeachschools.org and click on the Athletics tab or scan the QR code shown on screen.
Furthermore, some of the coaches have started Google Classrooms to get information regarding their specific sport. If you are interested in joining the swim team, join Google Classroom 7WPCIFE. Again, 7WPCIFE. If you are interested in trying out for the girls soccer team, join Google Classroom VF4AQIX. Again, VF4AQIX.
If you have more questions about sports, contact our athletic director, Coach Vaughn, at matthew.vaughn@palmbeachschools.org.
And finally, Miss Garcia is looking for Battle of the Books teams. Battle of the Books is a competition in which students compete against each other using their understanding the selected books.
If you are interested in joining Battle of the Books, you can join the Google Classroom using the code XNSN2NQ. Today, we all look back to honor those who lost their lives on September 11th, 2001. On this day, America saw its deadliest terror attack. Our country was changed forever as innocent people lost their lives and brave first responders sacrificed their own on the front lines.
I do walking tours of the 9/11 Memorial for the 9/11 Tribute Center. And I meet people on my tours from all four corners of the globe. On every one of my tours, I mention that most people don't remember what they did yesterday. But I have had so many guests on my tours come up to me and say that they remember every single detail about where they were and what they were doing on September 11th, regardless of where they're from.
When you talk to anybody, say, and they tell them where you were on September 11th, they tell you exactly where they were, because even though they may not have been in the building, but they'll definitely remember where they were.
And people always remember every single moment of that day around the world, because September 11, 2001 is not just New Yorker's story. It's not just my story, but it is international part of history and a history of every single person in the world.
And what I say to my guests all the time is, that's your 9/11 story. And you should tell it. Because by telling it, by doing so, you help us to share history, and you help us to keep the spirit of what happened here alive. And I'm inspired by that. That gives me so much hope.
I believe September 11th would be the equivalent of D-Day for certain generations, or Pearl Harbor, or when JFK was assassinated. Those seminal, markers in your history, in your lifetime.
My cousin was in Pearl Harbor. My father and grandfather remember Pearl Harbor. These generations will need to remember.
I think it's important to try to remember some tragedies. Remember that life can be very precious and can be gone in a flash.
These are emotional memories that cannot be translated into a textbook. These are stories that we tell people, and hopefully the generation will understand this here and bring it forward to the next generation.
I feel that a lot of people use September 11th to remember the wrong things, to remember the divisions instead of what brought us together. And I think as more and more time goes by, more and more people just remember the hate that caused that act instead of the love that followed it. We were all one that day. People from New York, DC, all over the country and all over the world. Everybody was united. I think that's why everybody remembers where they were, because everybody's heart was here. I remember
September 11th.
I remember September 11.
I remember September 11th.
I remember September 11th.
I remember September 11th.
Today, we would like to pay tribute to the victims and honor the survivors. At this time, please join us as we observe a moment of silence. Thank you.
That's all we have for you today. Hope everyone had a great start to the school year. I'm Jasper Weinberg.
And I'm Natalie Cohen. We will see you next week.